Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to take a look at the OnePlus 15R. Now, you can pick this one up online. I'll throw the link up in the description. The price on this one starts at $700. All right, so let's get right into it. First things first, shout out to White Shoes, back in the building.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes.
White Shoes, calm down. Okay, OnePlus 15R. Let's do a quick unboxing. We'll go through the specs, and then I got to give y'all my honest opinion about this phone, and there's a lot we got to talk about. Okay, here we go. $700 on this one. Nice red box. You know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Inside, never settle. Okay, let's see what you get. Now, this is going to be your usual books and shit. Plug them and file them. Let's see. No OnePlus troll stickers with this. You got an OTG. Okay, USB-A to USB Type-C. That's it on that. This is going to be your device. Let's see what else you get. Now, you got your SIM ejection tool. This is going to be USB-A to USB Type-C charging cable. Classic red OnePlus presentation. And, of course, you got a 55-watt fast charging brick in the box. Samsung, Google, Apple, nothing. Motorola, Sony, fucking Sony. Charge in the box. Now let's take a look at the actual device. Here it is. OnePlus, hold up, stick on the back. Wrap. OnePlus 15R. Let's get and power this up and go through the specs. Now, like I said, this one is going to run you $700. Comes in two colors. You got Mint Breeze, okay, Mint Berry Crunch. You got Mint Breeze and Charcoal Black. Now, for the display, you got a 6.83-inch 1.5K LTPO AMOLED panel with a resolution of 1272 by 2800. Now that's 450 for the PPI Patrol. You got Gorilla Glass 7i on the front for protection, aluminum frame, and glass on the back. Now the phone is IP68/IP69/IP66/IP69K dust and water resistant. So fully protected on this one. Now, for the processor, you got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Generation 5 with the Adreno 840 GPU. Now, what does that mean in English? Flagship specs, bro. Flagship specs. Now, you got 12 gigs of RAM, 256 or 512 gigs of storage, no micro SD card slot for expandable memory. Now, it's running Android 16 with Oxygen OS 16.1 skin on top. Now, for the battery, you got a 7,400 milliamp battery that features 80-watt fast charge. Okay, no wireless charge on this one. For the cameras, on the rear, you got a dual setup. So you got a 50 megapixel wide angle and an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. Now you can shoot 4K video at 60 or 120 frames per second. On the front, you got a 32 megapixel wide angle lens and you can shoot 4K video at 30 frames per second. Now you got dual stereo speakers, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, NFC, always on display, face unlock. You got an on-screen fingerprint sensor. You got an IR blaster. And you got system cloner, also known as thought protection. All right, so all of that for $700. Now, let me show y'all the case real quick, and then we got to talk about some things. Let's see, for the case, let's see what we got. Here we go. Okay, now this is going to be the classic OnePlus sandstone case. Y'all know that sandstone feeling on this? Let's go ahead and slap this one on and see what it looks like. Okay, nice little case right here. But this is one of those phones you're going to want to rock butt naked, okay? Because it has a nice satin panty finish feel to the back, so you're going to like this one. Now, I know what you're saying. I got the OnePlus 13R. Should I upgrade and get the OnePlus 15R? Well, there's a few differences. Let's break it down. With the OnePlus 13R, that one has the Snapdragon 8 Generation 3. Now you're getting an upgrade, Snapdragon 8 Generation 5. So better processor. Now as far as the display resolution, with the 13R, that's 1264 by 2778. This one, they bumped it up a little bit to 1272 by 2800. So slightly better resolution. Now also, with the 13R, that one was 120 hertz refresh rate. Now you got 165 hertz refresh rate. Now, with the 13R, that was IP65, dust and water resistant. Now you got IP66, 68, 69, 69K, dust and water resistance. Now, with the 13R, that one had an optical fingerprint sensor. Now you got an ultrasonic. So better biometrics. 13R had a 6,000 milliamp battery with 55 watt fast charge. Now you got a 7,400 milliamp battery with 80 watt fast charge. So bigger battery and faster charging speeds. Now with the cameras, with the 13R, you had a 16 megapixel camera in the front. Now you got a 32 megapixel camera in the front. So better front facing camera. As far as the rear camera, 50 megapixels on the 13R, 50 megapixels on the 15R. However, the 13R had a triple camera system. So you also had a 50 megapixel periscope. let me say that again. You had a 50 megapixel telescope, periscope. Sorry. You had a 50 megapixel telephoto lens. Now you only got 2 lenses on the back. No telephoto lens. Okay, so take that the way you want it. Now, let me give y'all my honest opinion about this phone. Okay, here's where we got to talk. In my personal, humble opinion, I like this phone, but to me, I think this phone is what I like to call DOA, dead on arrival. This phone is dead on arrival. $700, nah, I can't snap this one down. Now look, we're not even going to talk about the Poco phones and the Redmi phones and the Realme phones, all of them with triple camera systems, all of them with wireless charge, all of them with Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 processors. We're not even going to talk about that. Let's keep it in the family. Let's talk about OnePlus. All right, let's talk about OnePlus. Let me show y'all something real quick. Now, this we're going to have to take you to the website. This is the thing I don't like about this phone. Let's go over to one of my favorite websites where I buy all of my Chinese phones from, GizTop. Now, if we scroll on GizTop, what do we have here? OnePlus 15. Let's go ahead and click on that. OnePlus 15. Look at the price. $629. Now let's go ahead and act like we were going to buy this. Okay, let's buy the black version. Let's choose storage. All right, we peasants, so let's do 256. And look at this, software. You got China and global. Let's pay $20 and get the global ROM. Look at the price, $650. $650. Why would you buy the OnePlus 13R when you could get a OnePlus 15? A completely better phone for $50 cheaper. Think about that. But wait, let me show you something else. Now let's click on OnePlus. Now let's scroll down a little bit. Let's go to the OnePlus Ace 6T. OnePlus Ace 6T. Now if we zoom in, look at this. This is exactly the same phone, just a different name, right? You see, 6.83 inches, Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, 50 megapixel, 8 megapixel, and now there's a little bit of difference. Instead of 32 megapixels, you got a 16 megapixel front-facing camera, no big deal. But look at the battery, 8,300 milliamp battery with a 100 watt fast charge. Okay, and check this out. Let's choose an option. Let's choose black. You got all the way up to 1 terabyte. But let's take the peasant version. Look at the price. $400. $400. Okay? Now, that's the thing that I don't like about this phone. Realistically, this phone, now, let me talk about one more thing. Realistically, this phone should be $500. And let me tell you why. Now, I know somebody's going to say, oh, well, what about the bands? Let me show you what you do. What about the bands? Let's say you're going to order this phone. What about the bands? Are you going to get 5G service? Now look, some of y'all got Enrique's Empanadas and Wi-Fi. All right, some of y'all got Jamal's Soul Food, okay, and Wi-Fi. You know, some of y'all be getting these carriers from these little bootleg spots. I don't know what bands they got. I can't speak for everybody, but here's what you do, okay? If you got Bob's Fish and Chips and Wireless, here's what you do. You see, you go down, and it says this phone supports these network bands. Now, let's just for argument's sake. Let's say I got T-Mobile. You pull out your phone, you go to Google, you go like this. What are the T-Mobile Wi-Fi bands? Oh, actually, do it like this. Don't even do that. Do this. What are the T-Mobile 5G bands? Okay, do it like that. Now, you hit show more. You see you got N71, you got N41, N25, N77, N260. And then you look, N26. Okay, so you got N26, Okay, N41, N77. All you got to do is check your carrier and check what bands they got, if you weren't about the 5G like that. Now, say it doesn't have that band. All right, say it doesn't have the 5G band on your carrier. Think about it like this. Is it really worth spending an extra $300? This is an extra $300 just to get that extra band? No. That's why I said, okay, if the Chinese version is $400, the global version with all of the global bands should be $500. There's no reason that this should be $700. Especially when you could get this. Now, I could just end the video right now. Just go watch my OnePlus 15 video and buy this instead of this. But let's go into this with a completely open mind after all of that. And let's give this the full review. Okay, so let me pause the video, delete my browsing history, and then we'll walk through the OS. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, y'all, so we back in. First, let's talk about the build quality. Now, y'all know I gotta say it. Feels so good in the hands. Ladies, you know the procedures. I love the matte feel on the back. Look at that. No fingerprints. Feels like a set of satin panties. Do the 2-finger test yourself. Okay? On the back, there's your dual camera setup. LED flash. On one side, you got your power button and volume rocker. On the bottom, speaker grill, USB Type-C charging slot. There's your SIM tray, physical SIM tray. On this side, this is going to be your plus key. Okay, fully customizable. On the top, got your mic and sensors. Don't forget on the back, you got an IR blaster and your speaker grill in the top. Now, check this out. On the front-facing camera. Okay, and speaking of front-facing camera, biometrics. Swipe up, put in your pad and your pin. Now you got ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, which works amazingly fast. And you got face unlock. 1, 2, I'm not gonna look at it. Let me look over. Bang. Excellent biometrics. And keep in mind, IP66, 68, 69, 69K, dust and water resistant. With Gorilla Glass, let me say that correctly, Gorilla Glass 7i on the front for protection. Okay, so this is a premium feeling phone. No issues with that. Now keep in mind, my only issue with this phone really is the price. Okay, for $700 to not have wireless charge, to not have a telephoto camera, I mean, nah, that's too much. $500 would be the sweet spot for this phone. Definitely, because you see you could get the 6T for $400. This should be $500, and I will be singing a different song right now. Okay, swipe over once, global version. Okay, so you're going to get your Google homepage. Swipe down. Here's all your quick toggles. Okay, so we got your Google Pay. Everything works. Personal hotspot, screencast, scan your QR codes, all that good stuff. And, of course, you can customize them. Now, let's go to settings real quick. Let's do some of the basic stuff. Mobile networks. Okay, dual SIMs and eSIM compatible. Device Connect. Okay, you could share it with your PC, your TVs. Now, I was using Screencast last night. Everything works perfectly. NFC, touch payments available. Let's go to home screen. Did we miss anything? No, nothing to really see there. All right, home screens. Now, one of the things I do love, you got your full screen always on display. But if you want, you can change that. Now, you can have different home screen settings. I'm going to leave mine like this. But for the basic stuff, for always on display, you see I got full screen. If you want to, you can just have seamless clock, or you can go old school and have ones like this, like the official old school ones, and you get your notifications. Let me get a little wipe down. Your notification is going to look like that, nice and bright and colorful. You see, that's the weather notification. I love those. But personally, I like to have the full screen always on display. Now, if you want the old school ones, you got a bunch of different personalization ones. Okay, now, why did I comment on 50 Cent's Instagram? Now I'm getting a whole bunch of replies. You get a whole bunch of personalized ones. You got the carbon footprints. Okay, these actually move if you look closely. See the birds flying. See the fish in the water. I love those. Okay, you got Homeland. These ones actually move also. So you got the penguin doing a little happy dance. Little fish swimming right there. And you got the polar bear. Okay, so you can rock those if you want. And you got the classic insights, digital clocks, analog clocks, textings. And if you want, you can have your own image. Now, you can change your wallpapers. They do have a bunch of live wallpapers on deck. You know, ones that actually move around a little bit. You got the oxygen ones. These are the ones that I'm using right now that kind of move around. I like those. You got Sublime Grandeur. All right. Only one of those move. You got Sleek, Aerial Views, Light and Shadow. Okay. A bunch of the standard OnePlus ones. Interactive ones are dope too. Let me show you those one more time. Let's go to wallpapers. For interactive, you see like these are actually, if you set it as a lock screen, they'll actually move. Like you can't see in the background, but it is kind of moving. Okay, so you got interactive. Now you can change your fonts. I like mine's nice and heavy. I like mine's big and heavy. No diddy. You got more. So you got different colors. You can change the colors. You change your fingerprint animations. Okay, I'll leave that one. Edge lighting. Now that's not going to work if you're using a full screen always on display, but they're available. And you got your texture blur. All right, for more home screen settings, now if you want to, you can customize. I'll show you how that looks. The transitions, like this. See, tilt. I like flip, but you could do cube, roll. Roll is kind of dope too. Let's apply the rolls. Okay, so it's gonna roll like that, and then you see, I like that. You know, that's cutesy stuff. Okay, that's pretty much it for those. Display and brightness. Let's see, we got auto brightness. I'm gonna leave that off. Screen color mode, natural, pro, vivid, and ice cold. Screen care, okay, for your eye care. You can change those up if you want. Okay, we already went through those. Let's see, screen resolution. Now we got high. We're gonna leave it on high. No quad HD display. Screen refresh rate all the way up to 165 hertz. Okay, that's maximum hertage. Let's see. You can do in-app. Come on, Shoes. Yeah. Shoes trying to get to know the OnePlus phone, bro. Chill. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's go to sound and vibrations. Dual speakers, which actually get very loud. Let's do ringtone one. Nice loud. Okay. More sounds. Sound effect settings. Okay, now if you want to, you got movies, gaming, music, or smart. Okay, I'm gonna leave mine on smart. Matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna leave mine on smart. Why not? You got the holo audio. Okay, turn that on when you're playing your music. Haptics. Let's get maximum hapticness. And we'll go to more. All right, now you got recording devices for your camera, add an external mic if you want. That's pretty much it for that. Notifications, ain't really nothing to see here. Let's go to some privacy and security. Now, of course, you got face unlock. You got a fingerprint sensor. And you got Bluetooth unlock. You got device finders. Okay, and check this out. If you keep scrolling down, you got a private safe, hide all your scumbag photos and all your passwords, and System Cloner. System Cloner is second space on Xiaomi phones and thought protection on my channel. I'll show you how that works in a minute. All right, let's see. Safety and emergency, nothing really see there. Digital well-being, okay. Monitor your activities. Apps, you can get an app cloner, okay. So if you like to have two of the same apps, if you're a scumbag and you want to be trolling people, you have dual apps. Check this out, the plus key. Now I'm going to leave mine for the mind space. Now I'll show you how that works, but if you don't like that, you can have your sound and vibration. That's this key right here. Press it, turn on the sound and vibration. Press it, turn on do not disturb. Have it open your camera, flashlight, okay, voice recorder, translate, screenshots, or you can just have it do nothing. Now I'll show you the mind space in a second. Now you do got a bunch of AI on this phone, including the mind space. You got AI search, AI writer, AI translate, AI voice scribe, okay? Of course, you got Google Circular Search, all that good stuff, everything works. Let's see, system updates. Anything to see we need to see here? Not really. Accessibility, if you're hearing or visually impaired, everything is there. Now this phone does come with a screen protector already installed, okay? Let's see, anything else we need to see here? Yeah, okay, that's you got live alerts, okay, Zen space, kid space, all of the classic stuff. System updates, about device. Now, like I said, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 storage, okay, 7400 milliamp battery, dual cameras, okay, pretty much everything we already covered, and that's pretty much it. Now, let me check the web browsing speeds. Go to apple.com. Okay. Full website. Nice and fast, just like that. Now, let me show you how this works right here. The plus key, I'm going to just press it once. You see, now it's going to analyze that photo and save it in my space. Right? Okay, now it's added. Now, if I exit out of that, if I double press this, that takes me to my mind space. Okay? And look at the photo that I just took. We got a little AI summary of it. Okay, product iPhone 17 Pro, showing you the price, all that good stuff. Now, if I want to do a voice note, I just press it and hold it. Remind me to pick up some cat food for this cat. Now, this is something that I actually use a lot. I love to set little reminders. If I get an idea, I just, quickly jot down that idea using this. And I double press. Okay, and we go back. Then I got my reminder right here. Remind me to pick up some cat food for this cat. Okay, you see how it already AI transcription. Okay, I can add it to events. Okay, I mean, this is pretty dope. It's a pretty dope feature. Now, of course, let's go back to the web page, and we could do floating window. Okay, so now I can open up Facebook. Oh, open up Facebook and move that to the side just like that. Okay, check out some boots. Okay, come back to this. Well, yo, why shoes just attack me for no reason? Your shoes, hold up, yo, shoes, calm down, bro. I gotta use my left hand. Let's do full screen. Okay, back to full screen. All right, let me see if I could come in without getting attacked. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on a second. Shoes, can you back up some? Chill. All right, sorry. I don't know what. Something just pissed Shoes off here. All right, where was we? All right, so now let's do split screen multitasking. Okay, let's do split view. I don't know what's up with this cat. All right, now we got two apps at the same time, and of course, we can swap. Let's do something else. Let's do what else we got that's here? Let's do Instagram. Okay, so we got Instagram on the Instagram on the bottom, Apple on the top. Okay, swap sides just like that. Exit out of both of them. Excellent web browsing speeds. Oh, let me show you one more thing. Now, say we want to do circular search. Okay, let's hold this. Bong, just like that. Do a little circle. And let's see what this is. Nothing Phone 3. Winner of the Ugliest Phone of the Year award. Okay? But the Google circular search works perfectly fine. So excellent web browsing speeds. All right, so now let's test out the dual stereo speakers. Of course, I got the official Flossy Carter sound test by my homeboy Mark Rebier. Here we go.
Yo, sound test, time for sound test. Everybody shut your mouth, time for sound test. Time to test that quality of sound test. How's it sound, Floss? How's it sound, Floss? How's it sound now? How's it sound now? Does it sound big? Does it sound loud?
How's the bass, baby? How's the treble on it? How's it sound now? How's it sound now?
That's a sound test. That's a motherfucking sound test. Sound test. That's a sound test, baby. That's a sound test. That's a motherfucking sound test. How's the sound on that shit? God damn it, holla.
You can actually hear the bass on this. I'm gonna cover up the bottom. That's just the top.
How's the sound, White Shoes? How's the sound on it? That's the sound, baby. That's a sound test.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Rebier. Excellent sounding speakers on your OnePlus 15R.
Yo, sound test.
All right, so now let's take a look at this beautiful 6.83-inch LTPO AMOLED display. Okay, 1800 nits brightness, 165 hertz refresh rate. Go ahead and get full screen. Check this out. Now the peak brightness is 3600 nits. Excellent viewing angles. Minimum reflections. Minimum bezels. Just a little cutout for your camera. But overall, a beautiful display. Look at that. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, so now let's do a little gaming. And on the side note, you see when you get a notification while you're gaming, you see how it just slides across the screen like that? I like that. And if you swipe over once, you got a fully functional game suite. So you can put it into power saving mode. You see it turns blue. You got balanced, turns green, or you got pro gamer. It's going to turn red. Now you got a bunch of different tools. Okay, so you got your screenshot, screen record. Okay, you can change your voice changer, bypass charging. That means you can plug this in and game, and it'll just charge the phone and not the battery. Okay, you got multi-windows, and you got access to all your apps. You can open up as a pop-up. Okay, so a nice, fully functional game suite. All right, so let's try a little Asphalt Unite. Here we go. Snapdragon 8 Gen 5. I'm back in the red beamer, y'all. Let's get it. Okay, here we go, y'all. Got one dude up out of here already. Okay. Oh, y'all seen that? Woo! Let's get him, Floss. I'm my own hype man, y'all. But as you can see, gaming on this, nice and smooth. Pardon me, sir. Coming through. All right, let's get it, y'all. Okay, hold up. I'm feeling this, y'all. Now you see my car's a little underpowered. Oh, he got me. He wrapped me. Oh, he got me. I deserve to lose. But I ain't. Hold up. Look at that. I got to drift a little to build up some gauge. All right, there it is. Hold up. Hold up. I know it's a long one, y'all. It's a long one. But we're not going out like that. We're not going out in last place. Or maybe we are. Hold up. Nah, chill. Keep hope alive, y'all. Keep hope alive, y'all. Let me get that ramp. Where we at, y'all? Where we at? All right, what place did we finish? Third place, bro. Third place. I forgot I was making a YouTube video, y'all. I was into this one heavy with an underpowered car. But anyway, like I said, Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, no issues gaming on your OnePlus 15R. All right, so now let's talk about the camera. Let's go through the different shooting modes. You got Pro mode. Okay, change your white balance, your shutter speed, your exposure. You got video. Like I said, maximum resolution, 4K 60 or 120. On the front, 4K 30. Now for video, you can zoom all the way up to 10 times. Photos, you got wide angle and up to 20 times zoom. Now you got portrait mode, 2 different focal lengths. You got text scanner, and you got more. So you got night mode, high resolution, panorama, movie, slow motion, time lapse, long exposure. You got dual video, front and back. You got a document scanner, and you got tilt shift. Now, I know what you're saying. Does this phone pass the zoom test? Let me show you real quick. Let me go to gallery. Now, what do I mean by the zoom test? Now, look out, shoes. The zoom test is I stand all the way down the block from this school. I take a photo. Then I zoom in some more. I'm trying to get that little sign, zoom in some more. You see that little sign right there? I'm trying to get a clear view of that sign. Now, a phone passes my zoom test if I could read that sign. This is maximum zoom, and as you can see, if you've never seen that sign before, you don't know what it says. Okay, so this phone does not pass my zoom test. Now, just for comparison, here's the OnePlus 15. $50 cheaper. There's the zoom test. You could clearly read that sign, clearly. Okay, $700 versus $650. You do the math yourself. But I digress. I want y'all to take a look at these test pictures and videos for yourself. All right, so now let's talk about the IR blaster. And shout out to OnePlus for taking the IR blaster from the top and putting it on the back. So now when you're using your phone as a remote control, you don't have to point it like this and look all obvious. If you want to troll somebody, you just hold your phone regular. Now watch this. Hit IR remote. You see I got a Sony TV already set up for my bedroom. But if I was outside in a diner or something, say the diner had an LG TV. All I got to do is search LG. You see how it tells you to hold your phone like this? I just hold my phone regular, look like I'm just sending the text messages, and I just hit yes. Now, if the TV turned off, I'm good. But if it didn't turn off, you just try a few more times. At some point, it's going to pair. It's going to pair to that TV. And you got a built-in remote control. Now, it's not just for TVs. You got air conditioners, DVD players, cable boxes, projectors, fans, RGB lights, robot vacuums. Basically, anything that has a remote control, you can pair it up to your phone and use your phone as a remote control. Now, let me show you how I use mine upstairs in the office. All right, so I'm sitting up in the office. I just finished working. Now I want to turn off all of my TVs using one phone. Okay, so let's start off with the Samsung TVs. Just like that. Another one. Just like that. Now we'll switch over to LG TV. Press the button. Just like that. And now let's switch over to Sony TV. Press the button. Just like that. The IR blaster is so clutch for me. This is a major go. All right, so now let's talk about system cloner, or as we call it on my channel, thought protection. 2 devices at the same time. Let me show you how it works. Now I'm going to open up the phone using my thumbprint. Y'all see this is my regular wallpaper that I had through the whole video. Let's go to apps. You see I got Facebook. Let's keep scrolling. There's Instagram. Keep scrolling. There's TikTok, Snapchat. Okay, we got X. All of my apps. Now let's go to gallery. All of the photos I've been taking, right? Let's exit out of that. Now watch this. I'm going to lock the phone, and instead of using my thumbprint, I'm going to use my first finger, and watch what happens. Now you see a different wallpaper, different home screen. Let's swipe up. Look at the apps. No Facebook, no Instagram, no TikTok, no Twitter, no nothing. Let's go to gallery. We only got a few photos. Now my phone is in system clone mode. So now, if I want to give the phone to my daughter, want to give it to one of my friends, I want to leave it on the table, maybe I'm hanging out with some thoughts that like to go through your phone, you leave your phone like this. Now, if somebody picks up your phone, oh, let me go check your Instagram messages. No Instagram. Let me look through your gallery. Only selected photos that you have in there. So this would be perfect for giving the phone to your kids, giving it to your girl, ladies, giving it to your man, or just leaving your phone unattended. Okay, all of your banking apps, everything are disappeared. Now watch this. I'm going to close the phone, and this time, go back to my thumbprint, and bang. Now I got the same wallpaper again. Now if we go to gallery, there's all my photos. Okay, let's go to apps. Now you see Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, PayPal. Okay, all of your apps are back. System cloner. I love that feature. All right, so now let's do the RDA test. Regular daily activities. Now you just dropped $700 on a brand new phone. Let's see how it works in the real world. Now keep in mind, this phone doesn't have wireless charge, but it does have 80-watt fast charge. Okay, now it comes with the 55-watt charger in the box, but if you get an 80-watt charger, you get even faster charging speeds, I think all the way up to 100. Now watch this. Let's check the charge animation. So we're going to plug this in. And look at that. Check that out. You see the actual charging numbers? That's pretty dope. So what does that mean? This is a shit shower and shave phone. You don't got to charge it up every night. You wake up in the morning, plug in your charger, shit shower and shave. By the time you're ready to go, it's going to be at 100%. And you're going to have a big 7,400 milliamp battery that's going to last you all day long. Now, one thing I wanted to mention. Check this out. You see how I got the full screen always on display? One of the things I don't like about this phone, the full screen always on display, if you like using this option, it doesn't stay on all day. Okay, it's not an always on display, it's a sometimes on display. You see it's going to turn off. Now you see with the OnePlus 15, I got full screen always on display. When I put the phone down, check this out. The always on display stays on. And this is what I mean. Watch this. Now if you go to settings, let's go to home screen, always on display. Now you see if you choose full screen, to extend battery life, the full screen always on display will stay on briefly before turning off. I don't like that. Okay, I don't like that. Now, if you use regular, then you could get all day. It's going to be an all-day setting, but I like to have full screen always on display, but it's not going to be fully always on. It's going to be sometimes on. OnePlus 15, $650, always on. OnePlus 15R, $700, sometimes on. Okay, I don't like that. But anyway, wake up in the morning, pick up the phone, just look at it, bang. Look at those biometrics. The biometrics are excellent. Look at it. It's open just like that. And if I've got the phone on the table and I want to check something, just like that. So excellent biometrics. First thing I like to do, check the weather. Okay, look, now, I'm down here freezing. It's 30 degrees outside. And we still got a lot of snow. Y'all seen from the pictures. We had a little snowstorm out here. All right, next, let's go over to Google. Okay, let's get a little refresh and see what's going down. Now, we got some new, the Bose, I was about to say Bose. The Bose earbuds. Now, you do have your tiles right here, so I can do a quick screenshot. Okay, now you can also do the 3-finger screenshots, your choice. But I can open up a little app right here if I want to open up Chrome. Bang, just like that. Open up YouTube. And there it is. Okay, now I can put that to the side. Bang, floating windows. Okay, let's go ahead and close this up. All right, shoes maybe miss. All right, hit close. Okay, and you can add some apps if you want. Now, as we scrolling, Galaxy Z Fold 7. Okay, look at this, Poco F8 versus the F8 Ultra. Which one should you get? The Ultra, of course. You know what I'm saying? Now, I use my Google circular search. I want to see what case that is. Okay, and bang, there it is. Take me straight to Amazon. And let's go ahead and cop that. Okay. Okay, hold up. Boom, right to Amazon. Let's see how much that is. $30. Okay, that's what I like to use Google Circular Search. But at the same time, I can also just click on that image. Right, now say I want to come back to this later. We're going to use the plus key. Bang is going to analyze that. Okay. And keep it moving. All right. Now, if I double press, let's see what that was. Okay. Bang. The flip mode lightweight case. You got a little AI summarize. Okay. Pretty dope. Now, not to mention, you do have Gemini. Okay. Just hold down a button. Activates Gemini. And you can use Gemini for stuff like this. So say I click on this page. All right. Summarize this page. That's what I love about Google Gemini. All right. No more reading these long articles with all of the pictures and all of the ads. Nah. I always just hit the summarize, and then I hit the little voice.
Based on the 9 to 5 Google article, here's a summary of the global update.
I'll put my phone down,
global
and I'll be doing something else and just listening.
Oxygen OS 16.
Okay. So that's pretty dope. All right. So all of that stuff works. Now, I'm also, okay, now let's do a little work. Let's go over to Gmails. Look at shoes biting me, bro. All right, let's, word genius. All right, hold up. Open up the, look at that. Look at that. Got my wrist all moist now. Cat moisture. All right, let's open. Well, okay, I'm using a widget. Let's just open up Gmail the old-fashioned way. Okay, now look at this. We got a little hiccup. Let's go ahead and exit out. Now look, I got all of these apps running in the background. Let's go ahead and close everything out. Now let's take it to Gmail. All right, there's Gmail. Now we back in business. Okay, so we got the Ray-Ban glasses. Okay, exit out of that. Let's reply to some work emails. Thanks, bro. Okay, hit send. And then what I like to do is set that as a floating window and push that to the side. Okay, now I got my Gmails ready to go at any moment. Okay, now let's see. The widget is working again now. Okay, let's go ahead and close that up. Okay, now I check the calendar. I got a little flight on Friday. Okay, we got everything on there. Look. Let's take it over to Facebook. Look at Amaya. Look at Amaya outside fine dining. Yep. Look at it like that. Okay, exit at it. All right, so let's look at me and Amaya. All right, so let's do a little social media. Let's take it over to Facebook. Okay, let's see what's going down on Facebook. Now, In 2021, what was I doing? Some Gemini speakers? Okay. Cool. Oh, we got the new Jordans right here. Let me go ahead and send those to the mind space. Okay. We might need those later. Okay. New watch right here. Circular search that. Bong. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, $345. Okay. Now, one is $345 and one is $400,000. You know what I'm saying? Do the math yourself. All right. Anyway, so this is how your Facebook is going to look. Now, y'all see 50 and Mano going back and forth? Oh, man. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on right now. We got the Ice Giant. Okay. My cousin's right here. Look at your boy Floss outside. Your boy Floss outside doing the damn thing. Look at Floss outside doing the damn thing. I look at it like that, yeah. Like my own shit. All right, anyway. So this is how your Facebook is going to look. Ray just say, Diddy took that Diddy took that Chill. Oh, now, too bad these is women's. Man. Because, man, if these was men's, I'll be on these immediately. See, these are women's Jordans. I would be on those immediately. Now, they do have, this is the men's version right here. I think I got these already. I'm pretty sure I got these already. But just in case, drop that into the mind space, just in case, because you never know. All right. Let's keep it moving. All right, so this is how, look at Kevin Hart. All right, so this is how your Facebook is going to look. Okay. Furniture. What is these? Nothing. Oh, okay. I already reviewed those. Okay. Furniture. All right. Look at your boy Floss. Look at Floss out here doing commercials, bro. Floss out here doing commercials. You know what I'm saying? Run my check. All right. I'll save that one too into the mind space. Bong too. And then watch this. Now, then I got to get a little reminder. Yo, remind me to hit Ice Giant up and tell him to run my check. All right, Ice Giant got to run my check. Little reminders like that, you know what I'm talking about? All right, exit out of that. Next, let's take it over to X. Okay, let's go to the mentions. Now, I just did the Phone of the Year awards right now, so I should be getting cooked right now. I should be getting cooked online right about now. Okay, somebody said the boss is here. Okay, I just got to respect that. Samsung Knights, secret handshake. You already know what it is. Let's see. I own your top overall pick and top foldable. Okay, no doubt. Samsung Knights, secret handshake. You know what it is. Let's see. Got a whole new Galaxy trifold. I got one coming in a couple of days. Okay. Let's see. BB. Okay, my man, BTB Tech. Okay, coming out with the Poco video. You know what I'm saying? We got to like that. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Any phone of the year given to Apple or Samsung is a scam. Look at this. Any phone of the year award given to Apple or Samsung is a scam. You know, this is what I can't stand about you fucking banana heads, yo. Just because you don't like something, that means the whole world gotta not like it. You don't like something, everybody that likes it, oh, they scamming, they're getting paid for the customer. Shut the fuck up, fucking peasant. Shut up. Damn, I can't stand people like that, yo. So millions of people on this planet, millions of people love iPhones. Just because you don't like it, that means, oh, it's a scam. Shut the fuck up. Damn, yeah. I'm not even going to tweet it because I don't want to get involved in no Twitter beef, but I'm telling you on video. Who's this banana head? Hold up. Who's this? All right, Captain Kafir. Go eat a dick, yeah. This is why I don't be coming on Twitter, yeah. This is exactly why I don't be coming on Twitter, yeah. I stay away from Twitter and Reddit. Because then when I go on Twitter and Reddit, I gotta come from my troll account because I gotta let loose. All right, let's bring it down. Let's do something fun. Let's get it back to a fun app, man. Man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, now look at those, yeah. Look at those. What are those? Monday Night Raw? Is that Monday Night Raw Jordans? The leather black and reds? Hey, click the button, add that to the mind space, because I'm coming back to those. My man Bobby right here. Okay, we got some new Ninja products. Look at the Galaxy Trifold. Now, I don't want to watch any Trifold videos since I already got one ordered. Check this out, my homegirl shop. Yo, me and her was in the same class in the 6th, 7th, and then the 5th, 6th, 7th grade, yeah. I love to see my old school people still doing it big, yeah. All right, let's see. Look at that. Little monitor for the kitchen. Oh, look. Oh, that's pretty dope. What's that, yeah? Oh, I like that. Hold up. That's pretty dope, yo. That's pretty dope. Oh, what is that? Okay. The little, okay, let me go ahead and add that to the mind space too. Now, let's do it again. Analyze that photo right there. Okay, still analyzing. Analyze that one too, just in case. That's pretty dope. My man, Tight Shirt Terry, aka Nipples Nelson. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, everybody got the gammas. This is AI right here. That gotta be AI. But everybody jocking them gammas, man. I had those about 12 years ago. All right, anyway, so this is how your TikTok is gonna look. Let's get an exit out of that. Now, of course, if I want to do a little, something like that, little pop-up window, keep that popped up. Let's take it over to YouTube. We want to watch a video. Say you want to watch a nice Flossy Carter video. Go ahead and drop that on. Get a little volume. You can exit out of that. Move it around. Got a little dynamic island for your play and pause convenience. Okay, you got a little Snapchat going on. You got everything. All right, so the multitasking, split screen, everything works. All right, let's close that up. Let's do one more. Let's go to Instagram. Hold up, because now I got to put my Instagram safety shield up, because as soon as you go on Instagram, hurry up. All right, let's see. Maino address is 50 Cent. Oh, now I'm gonna have to come back to this. Because I need to stay in tune with the beef. I said with the booth. The Beth. Look at my man Haas Campbell. Haas Campbell hit him in the head with the headshot. You know what I'm saying? Shall we begin? It's about one of my dudes. I'm gonna have to come back to that. Oh, he looked like he talking some shit. Hold up.
He said to Fab, I like you, scramble.
He looked like he's spitting.
Nigga.
Oh, yeah, Haas out here spitting, yo. I'm gonna have to come back to that. Look at 50, yo. 50 is the #1 troll, yo. He's the #1 troll of America right now, bro. 50, man, let me give you some advice. Now, I don't want no smoke with you, 50, but let me give you some advice. You better make sure you don't got one skeleton in that closet. Because your downfall is going to be legendary. It's going to be worse than R. Kelly, worse than Diddy. All this trolling you doing, when they get you, because, don't get me wrong. Oh, they going to get you. When they get you, it ain't going to be pretty. My man Lavish. Look. He's like 50 exchange. Look, 50 out here trolling, yo. You know what I'm saying? He out here trolling. You better hope none of these chicks got some photos of your ass or some shit, yo. You just, family show. Okay, all right, Calvin, pinch the zoom. It does work. Okay. My man Maino right here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all Maino 50 beef going on right now. I gotta come back. Family show. I gotta come back to this. More trifold stuff. Family show. All right, anyway, so here's how your Instagram is going to look. Okay, a little ice right there. I like that. Oh, now look at those. You see, now this is again. Look at those. This is why I use circular search. This is what I use the circular search all day. Look at those. Okay, oh, those are New York tips. The New York joints, $79 on eBay? What? These must be little kid. Yeah, little kid sizes. Okay, those little kid sizes. No wonder. I'm looking at the price like, all right, here go the big boy size right here. We on GOAT. Okay, $200. Okay, that ain't really too bad, though. Okay, could deal with those. All right, anyway. All right, so here's how your Instagram is going to look. Let's kind of wrap this up. All right, anyway. Let's kind of wrap this up. Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10. How can I say this? On a scale of 1 to 10. I would give this phone at $700. Nah, we can't. $700, it's a no for me, dog. $700, it's a no. $600, nah. All right, nah. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it for $600. Like I said, you got the Poco F8 Ultra. You got a whole bunch of other phones. $750. All right, this is $700. Man, spend the extra $50 and get a Google Pixel 10 Pro. Okay? I would rather get a OnePlus 13. Okay, I get a OnePlus 13 over this. But it makes the most sense. All right, what makes the most sense right now? This makes the most sense. Pass on this phone, get a OnePlus 13. I mean, a OnePlus 15. Now, here's the thing. The only way I would say this phone is dope, maybe if you go to OnePlus, okay, and you checked, you got the Jamal's Soul Food and Wireless, okay? okay? And none of these bands work on your phone. You got to get the global version. You have to. If you got to get the global version, if you go to OnePlus and you can find some kind of trade-in deal, you trade in some old phone or something, and you get this phone for $500, okay, cool. $500, yes. But even at $500, no wireless charge, no telephoto lens, $500, I'd rather get the Galaxy S25 FE for $500. All right, $700 to me, as dope as this phone is and everything about it that I like. Now, look, let's try one thing. Let's go to the mind space. Okay, look, we got the portable TV, the Jordan Black Fridays, you know, all of the stuff that I've been searching all day long. Ice Giant blinged out case, you know what I'm saying? I got all my reminders. All right. Yo, remind me to hit Ice Giant up and tell him to run my... You know, this phone is pretty dope. This phone is pretty dope. The only thing I don't like about it really is the price, the no wireless charge, no telephoto camera, which brings me back to the price. All of those negatives, you can't sell this for $700. You can't sell this for $700 and somebody could go online and find a 6T for $400 or go online and find a OnePlus 15 for $650 with a global ROM. DOA, dead on arrival. Unless you get it for $500. But anyway, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about these and what y'all think about the color. I like this mint berry crunch color. Okay, this is something kind of unique. Okay, charcoal black, you know, 2 standard colors, nothing too fancy. But one more thing. If you don't mind getting the Chinese version, they do have the Genshin Impact version coming out. Okay, the Chinese version does come in more colors and more storage. Now you got a slightly worse front-facing camera, but a bigger battery. I mean, do the math yourself, okay? I can lead you to the water. I can't make you drink it. Anyway, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this one. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Boxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know. Stream gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah. Special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat. Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I'll see y'all in the comment section early. Hashtag salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Flossy, man. Deuces. Spock, one to beam up. Enterprise out. Energize.
We're in a situation where everybody in the world uses technology. And if you're gonna buy some of that technology, you gotta understand certain things. Subscribe to Flossy Carter. He does reviews of all the latest technology. The iPhones, the iPads, the Galaxies, the Samsungs, whatever the fuck. The Beats by that doctor guy. And he puts his kitty cat in the videos too for you something to look at. You know, I'm an animal lover, so I like that shit. So make sure you hit the subscribe button to Flossy Carter on the YouTube, the follow button on the Instaface, and the like button on the Facelook. Because if you don't, we're gonna have a fucking problem here. A bad one. Now hit the fucking subscribe button.